is Alpha Elite. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing okay. So today I'm doing a new VOD view. This is actually for a froggo, and froggo is back on PC actually this time, and it's Plat 5. The basic point, I feel like I need help with my GA cooldown management, and I don't play Mercy anymore. This is one of my first games back with her, and I feel like I was struggling. And I think also froggo said something about positioning as well earlier to add on to it. So it's absolutely fine, sweet. I know a lot of people recently have not been playing Mercy due to she's not in the best state right now, bless her heart. So I know a lot of people have been turning more to things like Honor, to Kiri, to Bap, like other things basically that are a lot like better than Mercy. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, season 12 gives her a buff, but I'm not hoping on it. But still, it'd be really, really good to see how you do. Obviously, froggo is back on PC as well, which is really, really cool to see. But yeah, so I guess we'll kind of like just get straight into this VOD review. But if you guys want your own Mercy VOD, are you wanting your own free Mercy VOD review? I do them live on my Twitch for free at 2 PM UK on Sundays. They cost 7,500 channel points, which you simply get by just watching the streams. If you can't make it that time, then do not worry, as I also record them offline whenever I'm free, and all of them get uploaded to this channel. But if you guys want to see any of my own gameplay as well, you can visit my main channel. If you do need any help with anything, then do be free to message any of my lovely mods on Discord. The links for everything that I've just mentioned will be down in the description. Now, back to the VOD. And yes, so I guess we'll kind of like just get straight into it. We are using the Atlantic All-Star skin. Love this cute little Lucio charm that's with it as well. It's really, really cute. Looking at our team comps as well. Looking at our team comp, we have ourselves a soldier, so he's going to be our main blue beam target. Diva as well is really, really good if you're nearby for damage boost her missiles as she dives in. Hanzo's really good to damage boost storm arrows. And obviously we have ourselves a Moira as well. Really, really good to damage boost orbs and just general damage boost her as well. But yeah, I've been playing a lot more on Bap and Brig. Ooh, Brig. I've been playing a bit of Brig as well. I've been enjoying Brig. But yeah, just because Mercy isn't in the bestest spot right now, but this is a really good team comp for us. Let's see what we can do. My only issue with this one is you are running Mercy Moira, which means you might need to hop in to go and help your tank out a little bit more, because obviously, you know, you don't have that long range healing as such compared to, like, you know, if you have like a Brig that can pack people from afar, or an Honor, or like even like a Bap or something that can kind of get a little bit more range. But nice. So starting off, nice, we're playing with our soldier. Nice positioning. Love how you rotate back around. I will say, I'm gonna be honest with you, froggo, from playing this map personally, don't bother with playing with this taxi here. Like literally, if you want to play with your soldier anywhere around here, just play behind these. You have so much good cover, and you can do, as you showed, you can do the wall bounces really, really nicely. You can literally just do wall bounces like all the way along this. It's such a fun piece of architecture because you could literally do wall bounce, so you could wall bounce yourself like all the way around here. It's really, really fun. But yeah, just as a little like mindful thing, as you're coming into this, just try if you can to play kind of on this side already to begin with. Don't bother with this like little taxi thing, just kind of play out here basically. But it's good, but keep going. Already nice, trying to ping the Reaper, which is all good. Nice. You're fine where you are. There's no need for you to J in here unless if your soldier decides to walk forward. But in reality, it doesn't really need to move forward right now, so I would kind of like just vibe here. It also means as well, like if you're vibing here, you can keep an eye on your tank, but your tank's kind of okay because obviously the Moira is healing her right now. But you could just kind of like, just stay here. There's no need for you to J forward here. I tried to focus the soldier, but I feel like I was struggling to keep him up. But I did the best I can. Ooh, okay. I mean, looking at the comp that they have, if they do a lot of focus fire onto your soldier, it will be hard for you to kind of keep him up. And the reasoning is just purely because Mercy's heals cannot do that much. You would be better kind of with a Kirizuzu or some kind of, what's it called? Some kind of, not a burst, but like, you know what I mean? Where it's like you have like Bap's regen to get a lot of health in really, really quickly. Like a Bap field or something like that. So it will be hard to keep him up on this in this team fight, especially if these guys get close to him. But yeah, keep going though. Nice. Wall gives you a perfect opportunity to rotate. Nice. Just as we're doing so, really key thing, froggo, is I want you to be looking back at your team a little bit more than what we are doing. Remember, we can see our soldiers' health bar on the screen, and we know kind of like where he's going to go, what kind of angles he's going to position himself. Because you're a smart Mercy, you know, you play a lot of Mercy on console as well. You're very high ranked on console, so it's very much just, you know, you know what he's going to do, you know where he's going to play. So just keep his health bar on the screen and just kind of be watching these guys in case you need to kind of like hop in. I've been looking to kind of hop in maybe at some point because I know the Moira's healing is probably going to be very, very low if we look. Yeah, she's pretty much out, and that's purely because she ended up spending a lot of time healing up the Diva earlier. So yeah, but we keep on going though. Doing really, really well so far. Nice damage boost. I would go in and just kind of just sit and heal up your diva as much as possible there before going back in. Remember, you guys have won the team fight, so it's all good. Whenever you decide to go and get these guys, because you're just going to stagger them, like exactly as you have done. Very, very nice. All good. Nice. I don't mind your little rotation here. Obviously, you end up pushing the payload for a sec, which isn't the best thing, but it's all good, because it's just what you have to do as a team here. Nice, you're good to go and help your team, obviously, when you realise you can't reach the soldier. Nice trying to help your soldier. Nice ping. Overall, not too many issues so far. You're actually kind of holding really, really well. Nice sling. You can make that a straight GA and cancel, by the way, instead of doing like a mini sling at the end of that. Just keep your cooldown a little bit better. How did your diva die here? Let me see. Because you've kind of done the right thing here. Because obviously you want to go and progress forward with your soldier. Looks like your diva just gets demexed. Oh, your diva's in their backline. That is not on you, because your diva should be here. It's debating where if I should retire the console because all my friends disappeared and made friends on PC. It's totally up to you to what you want to play and what you have the most fun playing, to be honest. It's kind of like what, because if you prefer like playing on a keyboard and mouse and you prefer playing on PC and you want them kind of, I guess, higher ranked games, because obviously, you know, it is kind of the PC is a little bit harder than console, like thingy wise. So yeah, it's totally up to you. Do even if she was so far back, she shouldn't be there. If I'm being honest, like she should have like gone to go and contest it, but then as soon as you're a soldier and everyone starts to rotate, she needs to fly away, and I don't understand why she's stayed there. But you're doing the absolute right thing of a job here. You know, you're going over to go and help enable your soldier. Love how you go to go and G yourself across as well to go and help out. Very, very nice. Keep going. You're doing the absolute right thing here, sweet. That's good. You can't help your diva. Ooh, okay. Why are we G'ing forward here? Is this getting us any better positioning? No. If we want to stay in LOS of the soldier, we need to rotate this way. The reason is because, you know, Overwatch is a very territorial game, I guess, where you're kind of pushing into the enemy's territory, which is like constantly moving, basically. This right now is being held by the Sigma and everyone. So you G'ing yourself forward or like off to the side here when you don't need to, especially when that Sigma could just walk forward onto you, is a no, okay? If we're here and our soldier decides to go forward, that's fine. Just do a wall bounce and head backwards, okay? It doesn't matter if we're kind of, you know, heading backwards or we end up out of beam range for like a second or two or anything, because he's going to be fine for that second, especially because the Moira's there and everything. So yeah, I completely backed out during this game, completely. Oh, you can walk forward. No, it's the red, sweet, don't worry. But yeah, just make sure that we're kind of like walking back over here. We don't need to be kind of slinging ourselves out and then being in the LOS of the Sigma. But it's good, keep going. Ooh. We don't want to res here. We don't want to res here. We want to try and stay and keep our team up rather than going to go and res the diva. The reasoning is because the Kitsune is still up, okay? So if we know with the Kitsune that a load of these guys are going to just be like, like down in this Kitsune, okay? So it means that we want to try and stabilize this team fight. We want to try and get everyone into this room if we can quickly. And then if we can, then we can go for the res right at the end of this timer. But we don't want to be going for this res and trading people's lives, okay? Remember, we don't want to trade people's lives during res because they've got pretty much all 5 of theirs back now. We're now just going to be a 4v5 for a little bit. And we're probably going to struggle and going to end up backing off anyways, okay? So don't, like, try to, you know, don't trade lives for res. Okay, one. Yours fingers are falling as well. I would have just left the Hanzo here. I would just left the Hanzo at this point because, you know this is going to be a lost team fight now that you've lost both your soldier and your Moira. So at this point, you're not going to be able to help him out. You know, there's like 3 people on the point. They're just going to kill off your Hanzo. I would just look to instead maybe use him to kind of rotate ourselves up here or wait for our diva to rotate so we can rotate up here, save our life, and just kind of like get out basically because I feel like you're probably going to end up getting chunked down now by the Reaper. Yeah. We just needed to make sure that we were just kind of backing off there at that point. As soon as Hanzo decides to keep on pushing in, we just need to back off, basically. But it's good. Reset, go again. We're going to come back in with quite a few ultimates, which is going to be really, really great. Our main job for the next team fight is to damage boost our soldier visor. And we can also obviously damage boost coalescence. Our main thing is that we don't want to be using coalescence at the same time as our Valk if we can help it. Unfortunately, our diva ends up staggering herself again. Is what it is. We keep going. Nice. If you can, break those barriers, by the way, as you're kind of like stood here. This will trip you up at some point for these stupid like barriers that they put here. These will trip you up at some point, so make sure that we're kind of like just whacking them down before we go back to go and helping our soldier. That's all good. Just stay up here. There is no need for us to drop down here in GA here. Remember, if we're safe, stay in that space, okay? Just stay back here, Froggo, okay? We don't need to be peeking them because we know what team comp they've got. We know where they're going to be playing because, you know, they have Sigma. So Sigma's going to be, you know, taking a little bit more of an aggressive angle with his shield. We have Kiri and Moira who are very much going to be stood on the point, or they're wanting to come and like flank from one of these two angles here, most likely this one. So all we have to do here is just, same as well with the Reaper. The Reaper can also like come and flank us. May's going to be on point, Moira's going to be on point, okay? So, we don't need to be peeking them. We don't need to be looking to be like, hey, what's going on over here? Like, you know, we don't need to be nosy here. Instead, if we're safe, stay in that space. Stay back here and just keep an eye on that flank angle so we can go and help our Hanzo if he ends up being dove by, like, the Reaper or something that's come round on an off angle. Or sometimes if the Kiriko is quite an aggressive Kiriko, they'll also come round into that corner. So just keep an eye on them. Keep an eye on them and just kind of play back here and just play safe over here. There's no need for us to kind of GA in and take that bit of damage and, like, risk ourselves getting rocked and two-tapped by the Sigma. But so good. Nice. I don't mind this Valk because obviously you want to try and help your D.Va engage. Oh. Nice. Okay. Gonna stop that there because I want to talk about the Valk first. The Valk was good. I like this Valk. I liked all of this Valk. Let's quickly rewatch it so I can talk more about it in detail, okay? Love the start of this. I loved when you popped it. Absolutely beautiful. Amazing. Loved it. I love how you then realise that obviously, you know, the Sigma is going to be blocking off your soldier from the visor. So you go straight in to go and help your D.Va because obviously D.Va's the one that's doing damage. Love that being priority from you. Very, very nice. Love it. You realise you're not going to get a pick, so you back it off, go to go peel for your soldier. Very, very nice. And then you just kind of play away from the Blossom. Unfortunately, you can't really do anything about that. So we just go in to go and help our D.Va. Nice that you go score a res while the bomb's going off. I like how as well you try to go in as well. You know, you try to go in to go and help, and then you come back basically. So I love how you go to go obviously go and res while they're being distracted by the D.Va bomb. Very, very nice. Really good decision making there. If you're going to go and damage boost the remake, you can no longer damage boost remake. It randomly got patched because it was a part of Overwatch 2 when obviously Overwatch 1 even when it first got introduced in Overwatch 1 where you could kill people with the remake. Yeah, it's been patched as far as I'm aware. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Froggo. Yeah, it got patched. So basically, when it first got added in Overwatch 1, you could do it. And you could do it for a bit of Overwatch 2. And then it was, I can't remember when it was, but it was like one of the earlier seasons, like season 3, season 4 or something. They decided to patch it. So you can now no longer damage boost the remake. Just as a quick little tip, because I know that's what you wanted to do there, but even then you don't really need to damage boost the remake. The only time you really want to damage boost the remake is when she's trying to remake like on a tank or something, because it will one shot any kind of like squishy, you know, it'll one shot stuff like a Kiriko, like a Moira and stuff like that. Maybe possibly not May, because obviously she's a little bit, you know, higher HP, but don't be going into these risky scenarios. Yeah, you can't, unfortunately you can't do it anymore. It got patched. So, because the reason why I know it got patched as well is a few Mercy content creators told me about it when it first got patched. And then I went to go and test it because I was like, I don't believe them, you know, even though like I'm very close to these people and everything. I went to go and test it, and yeah, it turns out you can't damage this. It's like some people still believe that you could damage this bomb, and this is right back in like the start of Overwatch 1. You used to be able to damage boost bomb. So like people used to like put the obviously beam onto the D.Va mech and try and keep it on for as long as possible because you could used to be able to damage boost the bomb and it used to increase the radius. You can't do that as well anymore, can I just add? So there's a few things that they've patched. That's one that I don't understand why they have done. But anyways, I guess the more you know. But we keep on going. Nice peel back. I would have peeled back instead of you peeling back over to here, by the way. Peel back to the opposite side. Peel, I was one of those base peelers who damage boosted the bomb. Yeah, you can't do it anymore. It's so frustrating. Like, I feel like they've removed, like, such fun stuff that you can damage boost, honestly. Like, really, like, weird stuff as well. But at least we can still damage his Bob, so that, you know, that's good. But anyways, I like, obviously, that you're peeling back here, but peel back to this side. The reasoning is because we can peel back and we can damage boost our soldier here. We don't want to peel back all the way over to here because, you know, we're kind of, like, stuck here for a second or two with our sling, okay? Don't get me wrong, it's a good sling. It's good to get yourself into, like, a good position and everything. But we want to try and get ourselves into a good position where we can go and help people at the same time, which is where we come to sling it over to our soldier, because we can sling over to our soldier if Sigma wants to flux us. Remember, they did patch it, so, you know, he can, he now needs LOS again, which I like. So you can just hop into here and, you know, go check your mail or something in this little, like, mailbot. What even is this? Is this, oh, I guess this is like a kind of like a, okay, this kind of makes sense now, because I was like, this is a post box, but I was like, where does this door go to? But no, it's like a big, like, apartment complex. So yeah, go in here, go check your post. You know, I don't know where I was going with this. Let's keep going. Because you end up doing a second sling here to be able to go and help him. Make this just a GA cancel once again. Just come back and just play safe over here. We can't help our diva anymore because our diva didn't decide to come and fly out or anything. So, you know, it's like, what can you do? Do this little GA cancel. Unfortunately, your Moirans are getting picked up in the flux. It would have been, once again, we could have helped both of these guys if we made that sling over to our soldier in the first place. Because then we wait for the flux. We can go in to go and help our Moira with the flux. And then we can go back to go and help our soldier, alright? It's just very much, we just want to try and make sure as we play with Mercy is we're trying to go wherever, you know, we're trying to kind of keep our beams up as much as possible, as well as keeping ourselves safe. And we can do that by simply doing the sling over to here first, helping the soldier, and then when the flux happens, we can go and help our Moira and come back. Alright, we keep on going though. And yeah, just same thing as well, play off to the side though, so we're not playing on the enemy side again. But it's a good reset, go again. Unfortunately, we don't have too many ultimates coming in next time, but we do have a JQ now, which I prefer with Mercy, honestly. But it's all good. To be honest, as well, Froggo, I'm just going to add as well to our last team fight. I don't think you guys were going to win it, even if you did manage to help out as much as you did. Your tank is just playing very aggressively. Nice peel for your tank, though. Nice. Oop. Did you get stuck here? This felt like such a panicked moment of, oh my goodness, I feel like I've got stuck. Did you get stuck? I got stuck. How, where did we get stuck? Oh, did you get stuck in the plant? Hold on. Sorry. No, we need to investigate this for a second. Let me just quickly, let me rewind it. I did. I need to see this in this view. Hold on. Did you, if sorry, I need to talk about this. You could get stuck in this plant? Oh no, I feel like you just got stuck on this like little ledge bit here. I was so confused. I thought you got like stuck in the plant or something, but no, you just kind of like got caught this like little ledge bit here because for some reason you can also stand here, I guess. I was wondering what happened to you. I was like, hello? But it's all good, keep going. Nice. Nice damage boost. Just damage boost JQ here, just to clear up. Nice. Awesome. Okay, so we keep on going there. What I'd be doing here, by the way, is I'd be pushed up with the soldier, by the way, instead of going with the rest of your team. You only need one person to push the push robot compared like to payloads, where obviously, you know, if you get more people on it, moves quicker. With push, you only need one person on it, and it will move at the exact same speed no matter how many people are on it. So as soon as this team fight's done, I'd be going to go with soldier. The reason is because we want to try and build up soldier's ult, because his is the closest ultimate that we've got for the next team fight. Because, you know, we've ended up using quite a few ultimates in the last two team fights and not really kind of, you know, had time to build any more up. So I'd be looking to kind of play with him aggressively, try and like get us, you know, get him his ult basically as quick as possible, because as soon as that Sigma's grasp is gone, he could just walk forward with a visor. Basically, we want to try and get that as quick as possible. So leave your teams push the point here, push up with your soldier, and just play aggressively with him. I want to, but I lost him again. It's all right. It's just all about kind of like, you know, making sure that we keep an eye on him and making sure that we kind of know exactly where he is. I like how you end up getting back to him now, which is really, really great. But I think what he probably did is he either went through this little tunnel bit here, or he went, really, could you go far around here? Oh yeah, you can also come through like this circular bit, like all the way over here as well. You can get get through to this side. Although I've never really been through here. Ever, really. It's like kind of like one of them points of the map that you never really, like, see. Especially because it's still like a newish map. You know, it's like the newest one in the game. But so good, we keep going. Nice. Save again, we don't need to peek that angle to make sure that we're playing safer than what we are doing. Okay, can't do it for via JQ there. She just gets rocked and absolutely annihilated. Nice sling out. You can't really do anything about that as well because it's, you know, it's a blizzard. Flanking. Nice sling away from him. Very nice escape here. Lovely. I loved all that. All that, froggo, was absolutely beautiful. I loved every single decision you made in there. Realize that you can't help JQ because she just gets rocked and just gets absolutely annihilated in a team fight. Like, you know, even if you try to get your beam on there, there's no way you're saving that JQ. Blizzard happens, so obviously you leave your Hanzo because, you know, Hanzo obviously gets frozen. So it's just the freebie that have to get out. I love how you know, you make your slings as max as possible so you're forcing the Reaper to try and, like, come to you. Like, come here, Reaper, kind of thing. I loved all this. Absolutely beautifully played. No issues. Loved all that. Nice. You know what? I take back a little bit of it. let's let's quickly talk about this. Okay, what happened here? What happened here? Ah, we end up doing a GA sling bunny hop when in reality it should have been a GA bunny hop or just kind of like a GA over to the side or something, basically, because I loved all your escape. This is so good, but then because we do this ever so slight sling, which we don't need to do, the GA becomes on cooldown. Okay, this should have been, so you were here, right? This should just been a straight GA or a GA sling to the cover, because remember we want to try and use our GAs to the cover, and then we can go in. I will say this is personal. This is very personal, doing this Blossom on you, though, I will be honest. Like, this isn't, like... This is just horrible. Yeah, he did want you. This is horrible. But obviously, if we do end up saving the GA, let's say we do the GA council, we can use our GA and come up onto here to help follow up on the visor. Or if we did the sling, then, Reaper, come and get me, you know, kind of thing. Oh, you're coming towards me. Quick, go. You know, you can, like, get away from him. But it's a good... Keep going. See how your team end up doing, because I'm hoping the Reaper dies, because, you know, it's a 4v4 now, so hopefully your team can win this out. Or if not, make them waste ults. I will say your tank is very aggressive. I don't like this Valk. Froggo, I would like to know, from your perspective, why we Valked here. Panical. Okay, that's fine. Because if you had some kind of theory behind it, I would like to kind of listen to it. But if it's just panical, it's fine. Okay, we know I saw too many crits, and that's fine. That is fine because your team just needs to reset. They've lost you early on, and then they've lost JQ. They've forced 3 ultimates out of this team fight, and you've used 1. Okay. What does it get? Gets my team the quickest, but it's fine because they're backing off. Okay, they're backing off. They don't have anyone particularly close range because remember Reaper's still coming back from spawn, right? They've just used Kitsune and Moira ult and got nothing with it, right? This, as long as you don't use Valk here, is a full-on one team fight for you guys ult-wise, okay? Because remember, like, as you get obviously higher up in the ranks and everything, Overwatch becomes a lot more of like an ult game and everything, where like you want to try and like make, you know, force ults out of the other team or force cooldowns and stuff like that, right? Because you've forced these 3 out of them and they have got hardly any value, we just want to try and get back to our team here just with a straight GA because there's quite a long sidelines in here. But our Moira is still alive as well, so she's going to have a lot of healing, you know, available to what's called to help these guys. If I knew they were still going to carry on aggressing, your Moira would have used Coalescence. If your Moira had used Coalescence, I would be like, okay, maybe you need to get back to them quickly because your Moira's wanted to commit to the team fight. But because she doesn't, and I can see everyone else backing off, we don't need to Valk here. We can instead just wait for our JQ to come back in, and then we go back in because we don't use Valk here. We come back in with 4 ultimates, and they have nothing. Maybe a Sigma ult, but like that's it, okay? So we win this next team fight with the ult economy that we've got. All right, we keep going though. But yeah, just a quick thing. We don't need to Valk there. Just look at the positioning of your team and kind of think to yourself, are the enemy team going to be pushed up that much? Remember, try not to sling yourself out into the open. Your beam's not going to reach for where the point is, which I'm guessing is what you wanted to do. Nice positioning here. Nice. Obviously, you've got their hand, so you've got their Sigma, so we could just kind of push forward a little bit here. I would have just done one mini super jump, by the way, just to stay on this high ground here. You end up kind of doing two, because you end up doing super jump up, drop down, super jump up, and then you kind of like obviously stayed here, okay? If you want to play in this space, just stay there. If you're safe, stay in that space. Keep going. At this point, we're just looking for staggers if we can, which is really, really great. You've ended up on the payload, which is what it is. Nice that your Mori's coming back through, though. As soon as your Mori's on it, you move, which is perfect. Nice. Lovely sling out to the side. Make sure we damage boost that Queen Axe. Because soldier's okay at that point. The other thing that's going to damage him is that damage orb, which he can tank because look at the health that he's at. So don't be afraid just to quickly flick a damage boost beam onto the JQ. Just to help her like with her health steal and everything. Nice sling back. Just make sure... Oh, can't do it for the soldier though. Just make sure the sling that you did is just a little bit more precise just to be able to be behind the cover. But you can't help your soldier there. He just has bad positioning there. Nice. Nice damage boost. One thing I'm gonna say to you here is if you can try to commit with this JQ, okay? I already love that you sit and damage boost it, okay? This is perfect. But what you can do here is you can fully commit in with her, okay? What I mean by this is when you see her go past, don't be afraid to keep your blue beam onto her and sling yourself all the way out here. You want to get aggressive because your JQ is getting aggressive. You've lost your soldier, so there's no really like to follow up. And because where the rest of your team are, because they're so far back and the shield's up, there is nobody else that can really help commit with this JQ ult, okay? So that means it's kind of on you and your JQ to commit with this team fight. J in, sling yourself around to here, play over here. If they start following you around, okay, let's walk to some cover like this, and then we can then J back to our team, okay? Can you see how we can still keep ourselves alive here whilst also really committing with our JQ? I want you to do that here. I want you to really commit with her, get as much damage boost out as you can, and then go back. All right? Keep it going, though. I love how you end up going back in with her, though. Very nice damage boost onto her axe. Nice. I don't mind that mini super jump. Oh, don't like that one though. Okay. Oh, I know you don't win out this team fight, but I just wanted to quickly talk about your positioning here. Because you're not gonna win out this team fight with the amount of ults that they've used, so that's fine. So it's this mini super jump here. What is this? What is this doing for us? Okay. I would rather, instead of you doing this mini super jump here, you just did kind of a straight GA into this room already, rather than you kind of like, you just going up in the air like this, okay? Because you are so close to being caught out in this flux, and we know that Sigma's going to have his flux because, he's not used it, like, for a good while, okay? So instead of you doing this mini super jump up, because it's not getting us any better positioning, do a sling over to here instead, basically. Or we do a sling up to one of these over here if we can, all right, just to make sure that we're out of the way. I would rather you did this room, and the reason is because that we can still keep in beam range of our JQ. But I like your decision making towards the end of this, where you're like, yeah, we're not gonna win this. They've used flux, they've used what's it called, everything in the book. That's fine. You can just go back to go with your Farah. Nice escaping. I will say I love your escapes, froggo. Ooh, make sure we're cancelling that GA though. Make sure we're cancelling that GA. But other than that, I love all your escapes. It's very, very clear to me that you know exactly when a team fight's lost and everything. Nice ping, obviously, onto the Reaper. Very, very nice. Nice movement up onto the high ground. Your tank is just feeding. Nice. Okay, okay. Look for a res. Oh, go straight for it. No. Nice. Okay, you do end up getting off. Okay. Oh, I keep looking at the wrong button. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Sorry, I kept looking at the wrong button. Let me quickly rewind it. Okay, I liked all this from you. This was really well played. However, it could have been slightly better, Froggo. Let's talk about it. So you ping where the Reaper is. We know who's gonna have ult. Can't do anything for your You can't do anything for your what's called your Zarya because she gets walled with a kit soon with everyone just walking onto her. That's your Zarya gone. I wanted to res as soon as I got it back, so let's sling forward. No, it's alright. But I know exactly what I wanted to do because I like this. I like the Valk because obviously you do want to try and keep this going because look at the time bank, look where everyone is. Like we do want to win out this team fight, and it is still definitely winnable for you guys. So love this. I love this Valk from you. Very very nice. Really good push to the damage boost. Now we do end up going for the res. Obviously yes, we do end up slinging it. So I would have rather you went for it like straight away as soon as possible. So it means that it doesn't give chance for the Kiri to react and start shooting us, which is what she does. But I love how you try to get as much cover as possible before getting yourself out. Very, very nice. Love how you sling yourself back as well to go and help your Zarya. I don't know why she didn't bubble herself though and she bubbled you. That's not on you. You did what you could though. Your Zarya should have definitely bubbled herself. But nice damage. Very, very nice. Awesome. I know you end up winning the team fight anyways, which is really, really great. None of that's on you that your Zarya died, by the way, because she decided to bubble you instead of herself. But you played really, really well there. Very, very nice. You end up on the payload, which is fine, but as soon as your team are on it, go back with your Pharah. Very, very nice. And looking at ults, they're not really going to have any because they used a lot last time. Just be careful with where you're positioning with Pharah, okay? We want to try and make sure that we're still using our cover as much as possible. Yes, well, I've been just switched to a hit scan now, but we don't know. It's very much time that, we think they don't have any hit scans, but I still want you to play with this Pharah like they still have a hit scan, okay? Because it's really, really good kind of practice to get into. Plus, when they do switch, then, we're already playing in the cover if you can, alright? Very, very nice. Nice healing here. Dobby, I would hop in to go and help your Zarya a little bit there. Nice. Nice going to obviously go and push the damage boost a little bit more on your what's it called? Your Zarya. Nice damage boost on the Koala Essence as well. Okay, I think we should have maybe let's go help our Pharah a little bit here. Let's talk about this. Because I liked all this. All this is fine. So we end up kind of okay. You know what, that's fair enough, because your Pharah's up in the air just facing a soldier, so you can't really do anything there, and also you want to try and help your Zarya with the Sigma. So actually that's fine. That's on your Pharah. You can go and res it though. I would just sling that ever so slightly more into this room just because we know that the soldier shot her and it's most likely going to be on the high ground. So if you can, try just to sling this into this piece of cover a tiny bit more than what we did. Other than that, really, really great. That's obviously we're going to go break some of the barriers for a second. Don't be afraid, by the way, to make that a proper super jump and you go up above, by the way, if you want to try and play with the Pharah. You can play really nicely above there because the skybox goes up quite high. So don't be afraid just to kind of sling yourself up like this. But yeah, keep on trying to shape my way into the room. Don't be afraid to take your time with the res though, because you're not in any rush to do the res. You've won out the team fight. The soldier's gonna back off, because obviously your whole team's okay. That at that point, like if it was like in the middle of a team fight, I'd be like, okay, that's fine, do the res, okay. But we want to try and make sure that it is as safe as possible. So don't be afraid just to take your time with it and be able to get around that corner if you need to. Keep it going though. Nice heals onto your Pharah. Nice. Just make that a cancel GA there. Okay. Oh. Okay, let's talk about all this. Because I feel like once the flux happens, you get a little bit lost, okay? So it's from this, right? So all you have to do though is you have to just do a GA cancel because your Hanzo's going to walk out into your LOS anyway, so it gives you a chance to top it up. If we do a GA cancel there, then it means that we already should have our GA in just a second to be able to go and help with our Farah. But the flux ends up happening. Alright, that's fine. Flux happens, you know? That's fine that you don't end up getting your beam onto the Farah, but instead you end up kind of like just dropping down onto point, okay? Once you've done this, commit with it. Make it a sling or make it like some kind of like fall from the air to come out to the side, just so we're not still standing on point. Because we know that the Sigma's still going to be alive from the flux and he's going to be kind of like floated about. He's wanting to come back down onto point. So I would either make this up onto like maybe like this piece of high ground or something here. We just don't want to be close to this payload here. I would recommend this high ground here, mainly just because you still have this Hanzo behind. You want to try and help him out instead of going for the res here, okay? Because remember, we don't want to trade lives for our reses. So, play up. We finish. We play up on here. I'm going to be you. Let me just quickly carry on playing. So I'm you. I'll sit and I'll try and help my Hanzo. I'm hoping he'd hit a shot because, you know, if he ends up not hitting a shot, then you know that's on him. And then, you know, we can obviously go peel back to go and help the rest of our team, clear up the Sigma, and then we could go and either res our Farah or our Hanzo, depending on, like, what we want to do there, basically, alright? But we just want to make sure that we're helping our Hanzo a little bit more here than what we are doing. Alright, we keep it going, though. And then we pop Valk. We don't need to pop Valk here. The reasoning is because we desperately need to save Valk for last team fight here. Because they're going to get another touch when we get it towards the end. And this is going to be the last team fight, okay? If we look, 3 of them are already gone, okay? We've lost the Kiriko. We've lost the Reaper. And we've lost the Soldier. We know from our beams and while we're in Valk and everything that the Sigma's going to be really, really weak. And obviously we know Moira's got no fade. So she's going to be quite vulnerable a little bit as well, okay? We do not need to Valk this. We could instead just push beams onto like our Farah that we just rezzed, or we could push beams onto our Zarya or something right now. Just clear these guys up. We don't need to Valk this unless if this team fight starts to extend out a little bit and like say the Soldier comes back and starts shooting at our Farah or something, in which case yes, then Valk, okay? But we don't need to Valk here. Alright, we keep it going though. Because now we're going to struggle for ults on last team fight. Because we're going to have nothing, pretty much. Which is unfortunate, because we had to use a lot in the last one. That's fine. Same thing again as well, we don't need to be playing on point here. Remember, having more people on point does not mean it moves quicker. So don't be afraid just to play off to the side with your Farah here, okay? Play off to the side with your Farah, allow her to start spamming in some rockets and everything, and just play off to the side, okay? Because we don't need to be on point here. At all. Alright, we keep going though. Nice. Make that, try and sling to your Farah there rather than doing like a super jump upwards. Nice heals onto your Zarya. Nice, that's just unfortunate. We just have to try and back off here. I like your contest though. Die here now. Okay, nice. I gotta be okay. I do quite like this stall because obviously you want to try and like help your team get back and everything, and you do help your Farah with the barrage. However, as soon as your Farah falls, just go in and die here. Okay, we want to try and respawn kind of at the same time as our Farah here, and not too late, like later off basically, because the Farah can help us get back. But I do like your stall. Your stall was very, very nice here with your Farah, really, really good. Just as soon as our Farah falls, just jump in and just die basically, because we don't want to be kind of like, what's it called, staggering ourselves too much. All right, but really, really great because we're gonna obviously come back with our Farah. Keep it going. This is probably gonna be the last team fight here. So we've got ourselves dragons and coalescence, so we can damage coalescence, damage these dragons. But you see how like quite far back and we're having to wait for our forest to come pick us up. We could have like stopped that from not doing the stall as long. Nice. Just same thing again. Don't try to sling yourself out until you know the soldier's dead. Just kind of just vibe around there. You don't even need to be kind of in the air. You could very much just stand still on the ground if you need to. Just try and help. Very, very good. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Why? Okay, we don't need to sling ourselves onto point here, and the reasoning is because we just want to stay with Farah, okay? Us and Farah have got such a good off angle right now that we're just gonna sit here and do damage from the side. I want to contest, but it's fine. You've got your team to contest. Your Zarya's gonna come in a second and start contesting. Your Hanzo with the Coalescence as well are gonna start contesting in a second. It is not your job as Mercy to start contesting this point here, okay? We allow others to do that. Our job in this team comp here is to play with the Pharah and enable the Pharah, okay? So don't force yourself to get into a really bad position just to try and touch the point, okay? You've still got all this space here for it to contest, in which case at that point they have to start going through your Moira and going through your Hanzo. Sure, if your team are like near the spawn, yeah, go in and go and contest it by all means, okay? But it's not our job right now, okay? Our job as Mercy throughout this team fight here is to sit and enable our Pharah, right? Because Moira's going to help, and also the Hanzo are going to help from that angle to be able to kind of shoot in from this angle. We have Zarya and us on this angle, so all we have to do here is we have to just look after our Pharah to make sure that she stays alive, provide some really good damage boosted bullets. We can also go and help our Zarya, maybe damage boost her a little bit, to obviously, you know, break down the Rhine shield, but also, you know, maybe get a grab as well towards the end. Moira can help our Hanzo and obviously help with the Coalescence as well. So we don't need to be going into the points here because we don't need to be contested here. It's not our job, okay? Stay back here and play with your Pharah on this off angle. And just kind of play here until, like, say your Moira starts to get weak, in which case then you'll have to obviously, like, go and help. But we're completely fine where we are right now, and there's no desperate need to contest this point. Alright, we keep it going though. Fortunately, I don't think you could do too much there to help your Zarya as much. Nice res though, as soon as you can. Very, very nice. And you guys end up winning it. Okay, so overall, Froggo, really, really great, okay? I love your Mercy gameplay, honestly. I really do. And the reason why I like it so much is because I always think you have such, like, some of the best escapes ever, okay? And it's really, really clear to me that you know your map knowledge, you know how to escape from people when a team fight is lost, okay? I want you now to take that knowledge and add it into your gameplay. And what I mean by that is there's quite a few times where we just end up kind of GAing in like a bad spot, or we're not really thinking about how we could position ourselves, okay? I want you to constantly think, and this is gonna be really, really like weird for you to play as, but I want you to be kind of playing where you're constantly thinking that you're having to escape from a team fight that's just been lost and the enemy team are tracking you down. And you need to make sure that you're slinging yourself, you know, to make sure that you're kind of like a max distance from them, and you're also playing kind of, you know, as safe as you can, basically, okay? Because there's been a few times in your kind of VOD where we kind of like just disabandon it, and it's like, oh, I'm just gonna, you know, be wherever, basically, okay? So just kind of add that into your gameplay, okay? Res is pretty good. I don't think I've really got too many issues about your reses. It's mainly just your positioning with them, just making sure that we're in as much safety as possible. My main thing with you, Froggo, is your Valks, okay? I feel like out of all of them, I think there was probably like one good Valk in there, in my opinion, because they were either panic Valks or they were used to kind of correct positioning ever so slightly, okay? Just make sure that we're kind of really thinking about when we need to use our Valks, why we need to use our Valks, and we're not just like randomly using them, okay? So just make sure we're kind of like looking out for that. And also with your positioning and movement ever so slightly, all of it's pretty great, obviously, especially when you're like moving like away from like people, like trying to escape from people. It is really, really good. My main thing with you with that is just mainly just kind of polish up on it and make sure we're being strict with where we're positioning and where we're being all the time. So it's not like we're just, you know, randomly J'ing ourselves about, but rather we're J'ing with a purpose over to the side. We're not just like randomly super jumping up in the air, alright? Or and try to utilize your cancel GAs a tiny bit more as well to help with that, because there's been a few times where we end up kind of getting caught out because we do a mini sling by accident, when in reality it could have just been like a GA bunny hop or something instead. But that's it though, Froggo. Please do let me know as well if you have any more issues. But thank you so much for everyone on YouTube as well as on Twitch to be watching this. You guys can get your own VOD review. I talk about it at the beginning of the video. But yeah, just once again, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all later.